should be no hope. So just look inside. There's an answer waiting, because you and I, we were created to love, created to love. We've got one chance to make a change in the world around us that's falling down, because we've got one life to live. So take every moment and seize the day, yeah.
Beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, but as a woman speaking, we definitely want to look good for ourselves. And there is a new treatment that's out that you are going to be flabbergasted by. I have the dynamic duo with me tonight, Dr. Stephen and Dr. Byron from Carolina Age Management Institute. And we have a hot new product that's on the market that we're going to break the news to our audience tonight. It's called Cabela, right?
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about it, Dr. Stephen.
So Cabela is a compound that was approved in 2015 by the FDA, and it is an injectable compound that many people are using to treat the double chin area located right about here, that little sagging piece of skin, the fat patch. That's
Turkey
where you
neck?
have- yeah,
Yes.
turkey neck. Many names for it, but it's become very popular with men and women, actually, that are seeking a way to make this a little more contoured without using surgical techniques.
I love that. Now, Dr. Byron, is it really a miracle?
It is. It works really, really well, and you can actually start to see results within a week or two. Sometimes maybe up to 4. It works, and I hope the next time we're here, I have a little.
You have a little turkey neck?
Oh, I've been having it for 20 years. It's time for it to go. So I may even try to have that done myself. But it does work. We do have some examples when you see patients that even within a week or two they starting to see a difference.
Right.
And what it does is slowly just dissolves the fat that's underneath the chin. And when you dissolve that fat, it kind of just allows the skin to kind of just go back to its natural contour.
Okay. So, Dr. Stephen, quick question. Is it one injection that we need for that?
It can be one injection. Most of the time, folks tend to break it down into about 6 different treatments. It's a little more comfortable, but you can do it in one injection. I would say it's more rare, though.
Okay.
Usually 6 treatments is the maximum. We find most people range about 2 treatments, 1 month apart.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And so it's just like any injection, the pain factor is very minimal. Is the needle small with this as well?
It's a very small needle, and actually the injection that goes right here, and then we put a little map. We map your face out, and when you do the little tiny micro injection points, just kind of throughout this area. And so now afterwards, people can experience tenderness where if they push on it, that can last for about a week. Otherwise, the other things that people may notice is a little bit of bruising, maybe a little bit of swelling, but all of that kind of goes away within, they can go away within about 1 to 2 weeks. Everyone's a little different, but the injection itself is not really painful.
Right.
People will feel it because, we're dissolving fat, so you'll actually kind of you'll kind of feel it. It doesn't feel like a hot stone massage, but it's not overly painful. You don't need local anesthesia for it, so you don't need to numb it up. Sometimes just a little bit of an ice pack to help kind of numb the skin before we actually inject is pretty much all you need sometimes.
Well, I love it. And I'm going to ask I'm going to get a ton of emails from our audience out there. I'm going to ask this because I know I'm going to get the emails on it. How long does it last? And do you have to come back and ever so long to have injections again?
Yeah, that's actually a really great question. You can expect that when you have this done, that it's permanent. It actually gets rid of the fat cells and they cannot form again. So you would not be expected to have to get it treated again once it's finished. Yeah. So,
That is pretty amazing.
yeah.
Yes. The only thing that would separate between any different patient group is some people may need only one treatment, only one course. Some people may need to come back for a second one. But once fat is gone and you have dissolved it, it does not regrow. So it's gone and it stays gone. So
I love that. Okay, so what we're going to do is take a quick break right now, and we're going to show some before and afters
Oh yeah,
of the
excellent.
Cabela treatment. And when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about the downtime and the effects and how it was approved by the FDA. All of that
Fantastic.
when we come back with Dr. Stephen and Dr. Brian from Carolina Age Management Institute. Now we're back to talk about Cabela. You saw those amazing before and after pictures, and now we're going to find out the real 411 on it. So, Dr. Stephen, tell us what the cost factor is on that.
So the typical treatment requires 2 vials, and it's usually around $1,200 per treatment. We did find that most people do better with 2 treatments, so you'd be looking at a total on average of around $2,400 to dissolve this little double chin.
Right, and it's permanent.
It is permanent.
That's the
yes.
best part. I cannot believe that.
Yeah.
It's permanent.
We actually, most of us form all the fat cells we're going to have by around the age of 8 to 10, and we don't form any more. The ones that we do have just continue to get bigger and bigger throughout our life if we get bigger and bigger.
Yes, I kind of experienced that a few times. But we're on the same page with that.
Yeah.
So we're going to talk about, I love that. I love that little tidbit. You
Yeah,
know?
it's interesting. I mean, a lot of people think, well, I get a treatment, but then it comes back. It really doesn't come back. It's just that the cells that we didn't remove, they just sort of get larger and larger, and they can continue doing that. So if you do get this treatment and you gain a lot of weight,
Right.
you most likely will gain a little bit more fullness in an area, but it's not because the fat cells came back. It's because the ones that were still there got bigger.
Right, it's kind of like with when people get liposuction.
Exactly.
Exactly. You
It's
have to.
exactly
it's the
the
same
same.
type thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah.
So, being approved by the FDA, we know sometimes it's cynical. Sometimes it's easy. Sometimes it's not. So this took many years to be approved, Cabela?
Well, yeah, it goes through all major medications that are to get approved by the FDA. It takes some time.
Right.
So you go through different stages and different clinical trials. You go from phase 1, phase 2, phase 3.
Right.
And then basically, it just kind of started with, okay, someone had an idea, how do I dissolve fat without having to do surgery? And then they look at different compounds. So the compound they came up with was deoxycholic acid. And so that's actually kind of a natural compound that our gallbladder can secrete that helps dissolve fat when we eat it.
Right.
And so someone said, okay, well, if it dissolves fat here, how about if it dissolves fat here or in the belly?
Right.
And so it did undergo, full spectrum of clinical trials. And then once it was approved for use here in this area, and what we call the submental fat, the double chin, the turkey neck.
Right.
And once they did that, then you have to basically just have people just find some physicians, train them,
Right.
and then start doing and see how you get the results. And so a lot of times that's where a lot of the studies come from, clinical trials that physicians started doing it, and then when they release it to the open market, to where physicians like us,
Right.
to where we can start treating patients with it.
And I'm going to say here on our set, here, I know personally, we bring the best of the best because our reputation is so important. And so for audience members out there, it is very important to go to someone who has experience with these injections, because you will find that you will get the gamut of people that are doing injections. But you really need to go to someone certified, someone that has experience, and someone that has been trained, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
And for Cabela training, even though the area, anybody can stick their finger here, but there actually is a lot of detail because you have to know your facial anatomy, head, neck, nerves, things like that, and so we map it out. I trained on 2 separate occasions for it, and so it's not just grab a needle and just put it in. There actually is some very good method to doing it.
Right.
It's placed in specific areas.
That's
Yeah,
why we have the best of the best.
They actually have a little grid that comes with the product that you put right here. It kind of helps you avoid some of the important structures. Right here is a mandibular nerve, marginal mandibular nerve that you stay away from, and that's one of the most common complications. The good news is all the complications in the trials resolved on their own without need for any intervention. Anywhere from the longest of this nerve having some numbness, it took the maximum of 244 days. The average was about 48 days and back to normal. The other problem was difficulty swallowing. That was about 1 to 81 days, with the average patient improving in 3 days.
Right.
So that's overall pretty safe, but you're right. It has to be somebody that's trained, knows the anatomy, and really knows what they're doing, or you can get into trouble.
Well, and I love that you have a map. It's pretty dummy proof,
Mm-hmm.
because if they send
Yeah,
a map
absolutely.
that you put on the face, it's pretty, if you're
Right.
trained well, unless you're blind, you
Yeah.
didn't
And
wear your
the-
contacts that day, you're gonna do good.
The trick is knowing your needle.
Right.
That's what I like to say, is you have to know your needle, because you don't want to put the needle in too deep. You don't want to put it in too shallow, because then it's just going into the skin. If you go too deep, you're in the muscle and you won't dissolve the fat. So you kind of have to know your needle, and that's where the trick is that you have to put the needle in ever so in the right place, and then be able to inject. And you have to be able to just inject it, instead of slowly doing it. Don't inject while you pull back.
Right.
And that's what kind of takes time in order to be good. And
Right.
so I'm results driven. I like
I
to have
like
my
that.
patients happy, and
Right.
so I like to make sure we're trained to where we have the results that we want.
Good, I love it. And I love that you guys are just so innovative. With the last time you were here, we had a very special procedure that was
Yes.
brand new, and it was the hit. And now we have Cabela that is brand new. So you guys are just like on the spot with this innovation. I love it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks.
Oh yes, and we can even add other treatments after someone has done Cabela for skin tightening.
Right.
And once you dissolve the fat, if you still have loose skin, we can come behind that and tighten that up. Very minimally invasive procedure.
I
That would
love
be-
it. You guys have a little for everything.
Yeah, we do. Some combination treatment works really well. It is important to note that this compound will just dissolve fat. It does not tighten skin. So if you want your skin tightened, you would have to go to another procedure, which we also can talk about.
Right, absolutely. We're going to have you guys
Yeah.
back. So we're
Oh,
so
yeah.
excited you
Exciting.
came on
Yeah.
the set.
Thanks
We-
so
So
much
good
for
to be
having us.
We just
Yeah.
love you. I just know our audience members are going to be sending all these emails. So Cabela is the hot new thing. We're glad you revealed it tonight on the show. And no more turkey necks. It can only be turkey neck for Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
not for our viewers out there. And thank you guys for coming tonight. And
Well, thanks for
we'll see
having
you
me.
again
Yeah,
very
hopefully,
soon.
hopefully next time
Absolutely.
this will be a little bit gone back.
And we're gonna follow that. We're gonna do your before and afters next time for Cabela.
We'll see what we can do.
Okay, we'll see what
definitely
we
see what
do.
we can do.
Well, thank you for joining us
Thanks for
tonight
having
with
us.
Dr. Stephen and Dr. Byron, bringing you the best in innovations. And Cabela is the hot new thing. You've read about it in all the magazines, you've seen it on the major television shows, and we're bringing it here tonight on the Debra Kennedy Show.
To view this entire episode or to view other past episodes, please visit our podcast site at DebraKennedyShow.com. You can view the complete episodes right on the website or subscribe to the show via iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Thanks for watching.
Do-it-yourself segments are huge in the world of television. And we have our favorite do-it-yourself with Jeffrey. Guest back, Jeffrey Williford. We're so excited to have you on the set tonight.
Always good to be here with you,
Aw,
Debra.
And I like the way you kind of matched your whole theme tonight.
Yes, as we know, you always want to be dressed for your party, and tonight we're transitioning into fall. So you'll see a lot of opulent textures. We've started with the layering of the tablecloths because that's kind of the foundation of your table. So we started with a basic tablecloth with the window pane.
I love that.
Yes, it's great for fall. This could work all the way through when you transition to holiday, and then
Right.
layered on the actual leather.
This is beautiful.
Yes, isn't that great?
Yes.
So, and of course, then, we also layered on the table runners, with the plaid showing the feathers, because feathers are huge for this
Are they
fall.
huge this fall? And I like,
Yes.
so it's okay to mix these patterns.
Yes, exactly.
great.
The more mixing and matching, the better. You just want to pick, like we've got a nice warm color story going, still with some pops of color. You just want to tell a great story, just like you're doing with an outfit, but you're doing it on your
Right.
table.
Right, and this looks so Southern living. I love the whole look. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
Yes,
interrupt you because I'm
yes.
so excited about how it looks.
Yes, and to tie in with the feathers on the table runners, we actually just tuck these feathers right into the napkins.
I
to
love
just add a little
this.
bit
I'm
of
gonna hold
whimsy.
this up.
Yes, isn't that so cute?
Yes,
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 so you
yes,
can
yes,
just layer that
yes.
in, and then with the little wishbone napkin rings.
That is super
Yes.
cute. I love this.
Yeah, so that's a quick little do-it-yourself. You could do this, with a little fresh floral piece, or whatever you have around. But the feathers
Right.
just tie in so great with the table
And
runner.
if you wanted to be like super craftsy, you could even make your own
Yes.
ribbon ring.
Yes.
Napkin ring.
This
Yeah.
would be great with raffia. You could just tie
Right.
this with raffia, and
And
it
a
would
little
be very
feather.
yeah. You could still do the feather, and it would be very easy and very inexpensive.
Right.
So,
I love this. I love
yeah,
this whole look.
Yeah. So we just picked up the feathers. They
Okay.
were probably just a few dollars for a set of 2. And then another great piece with the DIY, of course, is just taking these little pumpkins. These are styrofoam, but they have a speckled look, so they look
so
like
get
it would be
close up on
ceramic.
that.
So it's
Yeah.
cute, and you just slice right into that with a knife and put your card in, and you have your place card.
This is so cute.
Yeah.
So you made this. So
Yes,
this is a
so
little piece
easy
of
to do.
styrofoam.
Yes.
And
It
you
just
put your
takes
little card
it
on
just
there,
takes a
place
couple
card.
of minutes, and you have that all done.
Love
So
that.
you've got your place cards, and that's all. Especially when you have a large
crafty,
group,
right.
then that way you can mix people up. Like if you have people who don't know each other,
Right.
you can mix them in so they get to know your friends. Instead of just sticking with who they came with. Get them to learn. Especially when you have a big party for
Right.
for Thanksgiving or a little fall get together.
Well,
and
I'm
of-
also going to say that
Yes.
it makes it more personal because when I go to a party and I see my name on the table or my name listed, you just feel so much more
No,
personal.
it feels like you would be right here, Deborah.
Right.
Oh, you
It
would be at
does.
this party.
Am I
yeah.
invited to your party?
Of course, you're
Oh,
always invited to my
good. I
parties,
love that.
Deborah.
I
You know
love
that.
personalized.
You're there. And of course, layering in the wood. So, wood salad bowls are coming back. So,
I was going to say they were in style so many years ago.
Yes,
It's
so get
retro,
those
come
back out. Get
Yeah,
those back out. So get your wood in, especially for fall. This is
Mm-hmm.
great to add in this texture. And, going into the plates, we have the glass charger in black. And then we added in a actual china serving plate that you would have your dinner on, and then a stoneware piece with the great turkey for fall, Thanksgiving, this whole autumn
Right.
season, so you have formal and casual mixed together. You have the very formal china mixed with the stoneware,
Love that.
but it still looks great.
Looks
and
very
it-
Southern living.
Yes,
It really
very
does.
Southern living, just very right at home, perfect
Right.
for us here in the South. And adding in, you'd have to have a great turkey at this party. So,
have to.
you'd need your great turkey platter,
Right.
tying in the antlers for our woodland feel.
Right.
And then also these great glasses. I love these. They have a
patterns.
little bit of
Love
weight
those.
with the plaid tying back in.
Yeah.
So, it definitely ties back in. Of course, you could
Right.
have your wine glasses added into this. Whatever stemware you have, this would be great with, a nice, gold or ambered color as well. A
Right.
lot of choices you could do for that. And then we added in the pumpkins. This would be great to just fill this with cranberry sauce and have it right on the table.
good idea there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so take everything, bring it to the table. We've got our salad here, we've got our cranberry sauce. You can have other little veggies, your turkey. Just have it right here and serve right on the table.
Right.
And have everybody right together. Of course, this could be right on your buffet, depending on how much room you have.
But what I love about this is the ambiance because when you really get excited, when you have a dinner party or you're having a holiday party or even your friends over, it's really about the decorating as much as it is the food. Just because you find pieces from your attic or you want to buy new pieces. And I love the way you've tied this all in. You've tied in the feathers that are with the napkins, and you've tied in, the feathers that are so popular on our runners, and then you've tied in the antlers. So it all tells a beautiful story. And so this is a great example of taking pieces that you have existing, adding a few more pieces, and just making it your signature look.
Yes, exactly.
You know?
So no one else would have the same table that you have. So you
Right.
want to take things that that you may have had this from last year, and then add in something different for this year. The same guests that were here last year might not remember your plaid tablecloth, but then once you add other things on top of it, it gives it a different look anyway.
Right, and I will have to tell a funny story. So last Thanksgiving, you came on and did this great look, for the setting for the holiday dinner, and I can remember doing exactly the same thing. And you texted me and you said, "I put some pictures on Facebook."
Yes.
And you said, "I think I recognize that whole look because it was
Yes.
the Jeffrey look, it was the
Yes.
signature look." Because you showed us how inexpensive it could be to make a beautiful atmosphere, a beautiful table setting, a total, new look.
Exactly, and then this year you can go back to some of those same items,
Right.
tie in something else a little different, and still have a great statement. So
Right.
you can use those same dinnerware pieces and change out the napkins.
Right.
And it'll just be definitely a whole new look.
Whole new look. And what
Yeah.
I love is that you're not afraid to mix all these pieces together. And that's the one thing I've learned with your do-it-yourself segments, is that really not to be afraid to step out of the boundaries that you feel comfortable with and find pieces and put them together, because it can look like this. It can be beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you,
Always.
Debra.
So if you didn't catch this full episode, or if you want to mirror it, or just look at it again, go to the DebraKennedyShow.com, go into podcasts, and do it yourself with Jeffrey Williford. All of his segments will come up, and you can look at past segments, and we'll look at this segment so that you can reflect it in your home. And we love to hear your emails, and he is one of our guests that you write that you want to see more of. So we appreciate you tuning in tonight. And Jeffrey, let's say bye to our audience, and you'll be back, right?
Yes, of
All
course.
right,
Have a good
bye.
night.
To view this entire episode or to view other past episodes, please visit our podcast site at DebraKennedyShow.com. You can view the complete episodes right on the website, or subscribe to the show via iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. Thanks for watching.
Are you or someone you know interested in being a guest on the Debra Kennedy Show? If so, go to DebraKennedyShow.com and click on the Be Our Guest tab. We're a lifestyle show, and we're always looking for experts to bring on and share information and knowledge and something they're passionate about.
Tonight, I'm so excited to have the stylist to the stars, Brandon himself, here. I'm so excited to have you. And darling, you look fabulous tonight,
Thank you,
I must say.
Thank you so much.
So fashion is so important to you as well as to our audience out there, and you're always changing and evolving with it. And I love that you've brought some fashions tonight on our beautiful models that are the hot new looks for fall, but you've made them look different for different body types, for for different heights, and because it's really about just experiencing fashion, right?
Absolutely. And stepping out of your comfort zone and stepping out of your boundaries.
Which sometimes is hard to do, because we see these things in magazines that look amazing, but will they look good on us? So we're going to show you tonight what will look good on you with our first model. She is just breathtakingly beautiful, but I love this whole look.
So our first model is Leslie. Leslie is a 22-year-old freelance videographer and marketing assistant and recent college graduate. And Leslie is wearing one of the top statement pieces for the fall, which is this fur by BB Dakota, as well as the chambray shirt and denim jeans. And
Love that.
and the brands that you can look forward to for inspiration is Fendi, Blue Marine, and Michael Kors.
So that's great, because you get these magazines and you're thinking, oh my God, I see all these amazing trends in the magazines, but I want to find something less expensive that looks like this. I can't afford $5,000 for a shirt. So that's great that you brought these inspirations, because they're looks that we can find anywhere now that we know what to look for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I love her whole look, the way she has her hair back, and she's just, very soft. And this is just an outfit, like the denim with the denim, and then that statement piece, the fur, it ties it all together.
The fur does all the talking.
It does. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. So next up, we have Shahara. And Shahara is our 30-year-old makeup artist and owner of Vogue Beauty Artistry and Makeup.
Wow.
So that explains her beautiful makeup.
Yes.
And what she's wearing is another trend that has transitioned from the summer to the fall, which is the duster vest or jacket. So you can see she has on this utility olive green duster jacket, as well as this top with the cutout shoulders, which is very in for fall as well.
Great.
The gold chain, she has on the Zac Posen bag, and the Steve Madden booties.
She is rocking this look. And what I love is the olive is so big this year.
Absolutely.
And I love that pretty much the two models that we've seen so far, you've paired with jeans. So jeans obviously are hot new look.
Big.
I mean, they were always in style, but this year they're really coming back.
And I'd also like to point out that with the duster jacket, it's such a big trend. Everybody from Beyonce to Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, Gigi Hadid have worn the dusters. I mean, it's so trendy.
Right. And I'm going to tell you, I love it because it hides the booty just a little bit. It's very flattering to the figure, and it makes you feel comfortable. And it's just another statement piece.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that look. And I love the way you've captured the gold jewelry and the gold on the bag. You just tied it all in together.
I love gold.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, she just rocks that look, and that makeup is spot on, flawless. I'm gonna say, you can tell she's the owner of a fabulous makeup, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So love that look.
All right. Thank you, Shahara.
Thank you.
So our third model, rocking the next fabulous ensemble or trend for this fall,
She is
the
rocking
Navy military-inspired blazer.
Yes.
And as you can see, Ebony is a 40-year-old full-time mother, student, and a retail associate. So this is one of those looks that she can throw on with some sneakers or her
Right.
heels and just hit the town.
And she is just packing it. How tall are you?
5'1".
5'1", and she is just packing that look. I love it. I love that she's rocking her shoes. She's rocking that jacket. She's rocking those glasses. She looks like she could be on the cover of a magazine.
Absolutely.
And 40 is the new 20, right? That's
Yes.
right. Yes. But I love it. So we saw Beyonce with the military jacket. We've seen a lot of the singers, a lot of the stars. So this is the statement piece that needs to be in everybody's closet this year.
And if you look for brands for inspiration, go to Tommy Hilfiger and Burberry because they have mastered it and they have taken it to a whole nother level.
I love this look. Love it. And it's very flattering. I mean, she is a petite, packing, gorgeous woman. And this is very flattering. I mean, it's very flattering. It makes her look taller, actually.
Yes.
You had to do some work on finding these great looks. You know, you had inspiration, but
Well, these are
you
my
are our
muses.
inspiration. Yeah, exactly. Love that look. And our next model,
Thank you, Ebony.
darling.
So our last model is Asia. And Asia
Hey.
is a 21-year-old assistant store manager.
Oh.
And so Asia's rocking the color palette of the season, in my opinion, which is black and white.
Love that, in my opinion. Because
Yes.
your opinion matters.
Yes,
Because you
I
are the
think so.
stylist to the stars. Right.
So it's very important to note that we have a pop of color here. We have the red bag and we have the red
Ooh.
patent leather pumps.
Right. So the pop of color.
Yes.
Do you think red is the color of the season?
I think so. I mean, there's a few. There's also like the deep mustards and greens. But for me, the black and white is just so classy.
Right.
Because especially with the flare leg pants and the houndstooth print, I mean, who wouldn't want to wear this?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I want to rock that.
Yes, you can have it.
Yes, I can rock that. Absolutely. But I just love the way this is simplistic elegance.
Absolutely.
You know, it's to a whole new level. So this is beautiful. So what was your inspiration for all of these pieces? Are these pieces the pieces like 4 pieces that we must have in our closet this fall, 4 pieces that work for every age and every body type?
I
What's your
definitely
inspiration?
think, especially with the statement pieces, I believe that every woman should have that in their closet this fall.
Right.
It doesn't matter what age, as long as you're confident in what you wear, you can wear anything.
Right. I
Within
love that.
reason.
Yes, me too.
You wear the confidence here and it works here, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we're going to bring all of our models back on.
So,
and ladies, come on. And you guys were amazing. Thank you, Brandon.
Absolutely. Thank you.
So we'll be seeing more of Brandon in style segments as our stylist to the stars.
When you look around, see the tears falling down in a world so cold, where there seems to be no hope. So just look inside. There's an